Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We're Fandom Fix. I'm Jonathan, and this is Austin. And today we're going to talk more about the Switch successor, which the internet has called the Switch 2, and what games are going to be launching with it this year, and the fact that it's Mario's 40th anniversary. So that throws a whole wrench into what Mario games we might be getting this year. So I know I'm very excited about the Switch 2 and what games we might be getting this year. Austin, what are your thoughts on what games might be coming out?
Yeah, thanks, Jonathan. I'm equally as excited about the Switch too. I mean, and just the idea of a new Mario game, specifically a new 3D Mario game, has got me pumped. But the fact that it's been since 2017 since we've gotten Mario Odyssey is a huge deal. I mean, we've never had a game system go this long for Nintendo, so I'm thinking that this new Nintendo Switch 2 is going to launch with a mainline 3D Mario game. Question is, what is it going to be? And so I think with the 40th anniversary, it makes sense that we're going to get at least multiple announcements there. And I think that if you look at what happened in the 35th anniversary, we not only got some big announcements there, but we also got some re-releases, just like with 3D All-Stars and something like that. So what is your thoughts? I'm going to turn this back to you. Like, what is your thoughts about what they could be announcing for that 40th anniversary?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's super exciting that those two things are going to coincide this year. Obviously, I'm wearing the Odyssey shirt. Odyssey was my favorite. Odyssey 2 was a kind of a big hope when the Switch was still alive, but now that it's dying, they've never kind of done a sequel on another platform. So I'm kind of letting those hopes die. If they make that happen, I'm going to be very happy. But my thoughts are that they're going to go something completely different. It may contain some of the same elements as Odyssey. And again, with the 35th anniversary, they dropped that Bowser's Fury section to the Super Mario 3D World, and that was super fun. Obviously, you took away Cappy from the Mario Odyssey, but it was open world. You had great movement, mobility with Mario, and you got to ride Plessie around. It was a really good experience. Obviously, just in a small factor, and I think they really used that to kind of test out the waters to see what's going to work in a 3D Mario. And so as long as it's something similar to that, they're able to expand upon that, make it a full-fledged game. I think I'm going to be very excited with whatever they do. None of the 3D Marios have ever disappointed me. So I'm really excited to see what Nintendo can take from those experiments and then what they put into this next game. Also, with the 40th anniversary, I think that they may be launching a fresh Switch 2 Mario themed. I think that's going to be really cool. They may have the red Joy-Cons. They've done some Mario themed Switches in the past too, but the console that's Mario themed, I think will look really cool. And then again, with the anniversary, they may add in some remakes. They have a whole library of Mario games to pull from, whether it's the other 2D Marios, other RPGs, Mario and Luigi series that we just got. There's plenty of games that they can pull from. There's obviously lots of sports games, which I'm hoping we get more of. And there's still other games that maybe were on the handheld systems that haven't made it onto the Switch yet. And maybe we see some of those this year.
Yeah, I mean, with the 3D All Stars that came out, other than Galaxy 2, they've already, used up those for another pack. But I was telling you before we jumped on this call, like, what if they made a Mario 2D All Stars pack? I know a lot of people in the past have had problems with the new Super Mario Bros. Games. They honestly could port those into a 2D pack because there's at least 3 of them. I also mentioned to you with Brothership that came out this year, they could do a Mario and Luigi All Stars, type thing as well. I mean, like with the Super Mario Brother movie, Luigi is kind of back to being a central figure. I mean, Luigi's Mansion obviously has always put him front and center, but I think they have so many handheld things that I think that fans would eat up if they released another pack. And so just from the sense of nostalgia and limited edition type thing, because it's not on sale forever, I think they're going to do that again. I like that you mentioned Bowser's Fury because Bowser's Fury was the first time that I feel like the 3D games actually went open world, and it felt very Breath of Wild, for Mario. And so I think it'd be awesome if they did that again. It's hard to really guess what Mario is going to do in terms of story because every Mario game is so different. But what are your thoughts about, are they going to make something that's completely brand new 3D wise? Or are they going to make a sequel? Because if it was up to me, like I'd be like, oh, Odyssey 2 or Super Sunshine 2.
Yeah. I mean, I think, like I said earlier, my hopes for the sequel maybe are a little low. Again, I would be happy with any sequel, to be honest. Like I said, 3D Marios do not miss. So I think that any sequel would be great. My personal preference would be Odyssey 2, a sequel to that game, which, again, was so fun. It's fresh. People still know that game. And it would be a great reason for new buyers to grab the Switch 2 to play that game who had it on the Switch 1. But I think one other thing that we might be forgetting about that may come out this year with Mario's 40th anniversary is Mario Maker. They've had two very successful Mario Maker games, and the community for that game is fantastic. So they can add in Mario Maker 3, and that could be a whole new thing. They throw in all the different styles, and they added so much in Mario Maker 2 that they didn't have in Mario Maker 1. I'm sure that if they made a Mario Maker 3, that it's going to have a lot more than Mario Maker 2 did. And Mario Maker 2 had a ton. So that's another game that we could get an announcement for, maybe not launch this year, but we could get an announcement for and really look forward to, because that game sold really well on the Switch and had a lot of support. I'm very hopeful that that's something that's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure. And we don't really know the exact date for Nintendo Switch 2. And so that makes it hard with the 40th anniversary. It's like, I think they're going to announce big things for the Switch 2, but it's like, I think we're also going to get things for the current iteration, just not something brand new, like we were saying, maybe like a re-release. But I think the biggest question for me, and I know we were talking about this offline earlier, is Donkey Kong. I mean, I know that obviously Donkey Kong isn't related to the 40th anniversary of Mario, but they've always been kind of synonymous there. And we haven't had a 3D Donkey Kong game since Donkey Kong 64, which is a personal favorite of mine. With the release of Donkey Kong Country Returns, we've been getting rehashes of Donkey Kong. He's due. And he's obviously part of the Super Mario movie. He's a part of this Universal park coming out this year. And then also they had that re-release of Donkey Kong versus Mario. So what are your thoughts about how Donkey Kong is going to come into play with the Switch 2 in 2025?
Yeah, there's definitely rumblings about Donkey Kong. Everyone's wondering, where is he? Why did they not release a new game on Switch? And maybe the answer is that they were saving up for a big 3D Donkey Kong on Switch 2. And I hope that that's true. And an even crazier thought would be that this new 3D Mario that they're coming out is going to also include Donkey Kong. And it'll be kind of like a buddy exploration game with Mario, Donkey Kong. They're going into open world adventure. I mean, that would be just insane. People would eat it up. But I personally would rather them maybe stay apart. Let's get a brand new, fresh Donkey Kong 3D game that we can explore, enjoy that kind of world, and see what they can do with that. And then maybe down the road when they become better buddies, even in the cinematic front, that they can have a game together.
Honestly, that thought, I would love for them to be like a multiplayer 3D game, because we have the 2D ones.
Yeah.
But a multiplayer 3D game where you're like Mario and Luigi with Brothership and with the movies, they've been pushing more of like the co-op other characters situation. So I think that's what we're going to get.
Whatever it is, I'm excited. This year is going to be really fun. Mario's 40th anniversary. I'm also excited for some of the cool merch that they're going to drop, like this shirt that they dropped for the 35th anniversary. So all good things. I think Nintendo, I'm betting that they're going to put their best foot forward with this new console, put out the best games that they have, try to make the fans happy. All right, guys, let us know what you think in the comments about what games Nintendo's going to put out this year, specifically related to Mario's 40th anniversary or the Nintendo Switch 2 that's going to drop later this year. Please like, comment, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next one.